Fans are confused about one thing. How could the man who spent his whole life making stories out of chaos have such a sad ending? Soon enough, everyone knew what was going on. American roots music poet Todd Snider had reached the end of his amazing trip. That he is nearing the end of his life is not only sad, but also almost hard to accept. Today, we honor more than just a singer. We remember a wandering storyteller whose voice, humor, and honesty changed the lives of many people. Singer-songwriter Todd Snider died at the age of 59. His wild stories, cosmic humor, and raw emotional honesty made him a fan favorite. He was a singer-songwriter who mixed rock, country, and folk styles for almost 30 years. Because he had a unique way of telling stories, his talks sounded like a mix of therapy, comedy, and campfire stories. The music business was shocked by his death, both because he was loved and because his last days were full of sadness, confusion, and problems that no one saw coming. Statements from his family and record companies say that Todd Snider died on Friday after his health quickly got worse. A lot of people didn't know that he had been sick with walking pneumonia, which can be mild at first but get worse quickly. Not until he started having trouble breathing did anyone figure out what was wrong. Many of Snider's friends noticed that he looked tired, but he always claimed to be happy about it. As soon as it was clear that something had to be done, he was taken to a hospital in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Medical workers quickly learned how dangerous the virus was. They were feeling more than just tired and thirsty. The lung disease was very bad, and it spread much further than anyone thought it would. At first, they had a good plan for care, but problems soon came up. Even though people tried to stabilize Snider, his situation got worse. Even though the infection was already too bad, moving him to a specialized care center was thought to slow down how quickly he was getting worse. His family says that he died with all of the people who loved him the most around him. They said that his last moments were peaceful, loving, and full of thanks. But the story of his last days is even harder to read and more sad. Someone robbed and beat Todd Snider in the Salt Lake City area 3 weeks before he died. The accident hurt him so badly that he had to delay the release of his brand new record, High, Lonesome, and Then Some, which was supposed to happen in October. No one was wrong with him, but his friends were upset. Everyone thought he just needed some time to get better. Snider told those close to him that things were getting better, and his bosses thought he would get better. That being said, what happened after the attack was a surprise. Soon after the incident, Snider was arrested for refusing to leave a hospital and then going back to face police. Police records show that he was charged with trespassing, making dangerous threats, and acting in a way that was not appropriate. Fans were shocked because they thought he was a nice, funny, and gentle speaker. In later talks, his team said that the pain and stress of the attack may have played a big part in how quickly his health got worse. They thought that he couldn't think straight because he was scared and upset. His family and friends made it clear that Todd Snider was not the person that everyone saw that night. The real Todd had a poet's heart that could hold the world's weight. He cared deeply, and he smiled easily. The confusion he's been going through lately doesn't describe who he is. This shows how fragile life can be, even for someone who worked for decades to give others strength. To understand how much he was missed, you need to know about his life. Todd Snider, who was East Nashville's honorary mayor, changed the city as much as it changed him. He was born in Portland, Oregon, and grew up in Texas. People came from all over the country and even other countries to hear him because he mixed funny stories, wise old souls, and honest facts. Guy Clark, Chris Christopherson, and John Prine, all big names in the music business, taught Snider a lot. He didn't just like them. He studied them. He planned to get up every morning and write. Like someone who learns a craft, he was determined to learn the gift with discipline, humility, and a quiet fire inside. Prine said that Todd could understand a story from the very beginning to the very end. Clark said that he could say something funny and prayerful at the same time. Snider has put out about 20 songs over the years. Peace Queer, Near Truths and Hotel Rooms, New Connection, East Nashville Skyline, and many more of your favorite old shows were there. It was his unique mix of wit, thought, and intellectual wandering that made him stand out. Some of his most famous songs, like All Right Guy, I Can't Complain, and Beer Run, were direct and honest about everyday life. They were likable, sad, and funny all at the same time. Bands and artists like Loretta Lynn, Tom Jones, Jerry Jeff Walker, and Billy Joe Shaver have played his songs. Lynn and Snider had fun working together on a song for Lynn's 2016 record. He knew how to play rock, Americana, outlaw country, and folk songs all very well. Some people cared about styles, but Todd didn't. He was interested in the story. That's how the crowd felt. They heard more than just Todd Snider. They believed in him. He was very good at getting to the point. His songwriting skills could take a simple story, like a wrecked car, a rough night, or a strange talk at a bar, and turn it into a moving piece of art. There was no doubt about what his tag meant. He could turn chaos into beauty. When he talked, it was like hearing an old friend. Being honest. That's funny. Not to be forgotten. Even though the music business is saddened by his death today, it's hard not to think of all the times he stood on stage with a crooked hat on, smiled into the mic, and told a story that made everyone laugh, and then broke their hearts 5 minutes later. Todd was that person. He brought people together by showing how valuable and messy life is. He looked like he had no idea what to do. He always told the truth, which was honest and sometimes funny. People who knew him well say that he was surrounded by a deep sense of kindness in his last moments. What they said, Todd was thankful for all the people who stood by him through life's ups and downs, talked about friendship, music, and the strange path we all take through life. He was calm and worn out. His death leaves a hole in the world that can't be filled. He will still be the subject of songs, stories, and jokes, though. His words have made people feel better everywhere they were heard, not just on records or live shows. Fans all over the world are heartbroken over the death of a true folk hero today. A public artist. Someone who was able to be happy even when things were bad. As he went from town to town telling stories, he made each place a little better than the last. The song by Todd Snider keeps going. In the pieces he wrote, in the tales he shared, he changed the lives of many people,